Welcome, esteemed connoisseurs of conflict and aficionados of absurdity, to a historical deep dive unlike any you've ever witnessed. Today, we unravel the intricate tapestry of one of America's most iconic military blunders. We speak, of course, of the Battle of Little Bighorn. But forget the dusty plains and the grizzled veterans. Our reenactment offers a fresh, dare we say, unprecedented perspective. We've assembled a cast of truly diminutive proportions to bring this epic clash to life. Prepare yourselves for the Battle of Little Binky, starring an ensemble of the most unpredictable, yet undeniably adorable historical interpreters. This is history, reimagined through the lens of pure, unadulterated infant chaos. Our story begins with General George Armstrong Custer, a man whose ambition was only outmatched by his impeccable sense of fashion. Here, he is portrayed by Little Bartholomew, a strapping 10-month-old with a penchant for dramatic pronouncements and projectile purees. Bartholomew as Custer leads his valiant 7th Cavalry, a formidable force of 23 other infants. Each trooper, from Private Penelope to Corporal Cuthbert, embodies the unwavering spirit of the frontier soldier. Their tactical prowess, however, remains largely theoretical. These brave souls, armed with nothing but their boundless curiosity and an occasional teething toy, were poised for glory. Their mission, to locate and engage a large encampment of Native American forces. Their primary objective, to avoid nap time at all costs. Opposing Custer's pint-sized cavalry were the combined forces of the Lakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho. These formidable warriors, portrayed by an equally impressive contingent of toddlers, were masters of their terrain. Their strategic acumen was unparalleled, especially when it came to hoarding all the best building blocks. Leading this coalition was Sitting Bull, a visionary leader whose wisdom was as profound as his ability to stack 3 rings on a peg. He is embodied by young Dakota, a particularly stoic and observant 2-year-old with an uncanny knack for predicting the precise moment a snack would appear. Crazy Horse, the brilliant tactician, is brought to life by Little Cheyenne, a whirlwind of energy and unpredictable movements. Her flanking maneuvers were legendary, often involving a sudden dash towards the nearest shiny object, leaving her opponents utterly bewildered. The stage was set. Custer, confident in his superior numbers and the sheer volume of his gurgles, divided his forces. This tactical decision, historically debated, here manifested as a spontaneous scattering of infants in various directions, each pursuing their own fleeting interests. Major Reno's detachment, portrayed by a group of particularly fussy 1-year-olds, veered off course almost immediately. Their objectives seemed to shift from reconnaissance to a desperate search for a dropped pacifier. Their retreat was less a strategic withdrawal and more a collective wail. Captain Benteen's column, a slightly more coordinated unit of crawlers, attempted to provide support. Their efforts were commendable, involving a slow, deliberate advance across the carpet, punctuated by occasional attempts to chew on the rug. Then, the inevitable clash. Custer's main column, led by Bartholomew, stumbled upon the vast encampment. The air filled not with war cries, but with a cacophony of delighted squeals and frustrated grunts. The battle had begun. The Native American forces, having strategically positioned themselves around a pile of soft toys, launched their counterattack. It was a masterclass in diversionary tactics, involving the rapid deployment of brightly colored rattles and the strategic deployment of a rogue burp. Custer's men, momentarily stunned by the sheer volume of sensory input, found their formation dissolving. Some were distracted by a dangling mobile. Others became engrossed in the fascinating texture of a nearby blanket. Discipline, it seemed, was a fleeting concept. As the battle raged, Custer found himself isolated on a small hill, surrounded. Bartholomew, embodying the general's legendary defiance, stood firm. He pounded his tiny fists on the floor, emitting a series of indignant squawks. The Native American warriors, led by Dakota as Sitting Bull and Cheyenne as Crazy Horse, closed in. Their strategy was simple yet devastating. Overwhelm the enemy with sheer adorableness and the irresistible urge to cuddle. Bartholomew as Custer, despite his valiant efforts, was ultimately overcome, not by arrows or bullets, but by the overwhelming desire for a mid-morning nap. He collapsed onto a soft cushion, defeated, yet undeniably cute. And so the Battle of Little Binky concluded, a decisive victory for the indigenous forces, and a poignant if utterly bizarre defeat for Custer. The historical implications are, of course, profound. What can we learn from this unique reenactment? Perhaps that even the most meticulously planned military campaigns can unravel in the face of unexpected variables. Or perhaps that a well-timed snack break can alter the course of history. This reinterpretation challenges our preconceived notions of heroism and strategy. It forces us to confront the raw, unvarnished truth of conflict, stripped bare of its grandeur, and replaced with the undeniable charm of infancy. The legacy of Custer's last stand continues to fascinate historians and military strategists alike. Our humble reenactment, while perhaps not entirely accurate in its portrayal of weaponry or cavalry charges, offers a different kind of insight. It reminds us that history in all its solemnity can also be a canvas for the utterly absurd. It proves that even the most tragic events can be re-examined through a lens of dark humor and unexpected cuteness. So the next time you ponder the great military blunders of the past, remember the valiant efforts of Bartholomew, Dakota, and Cheyenne. Remember the Battle of Little Binky, where history was made, one adorable, chaotic moment at a time.